I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, friends. We are back. We are here. You might be thinking this is an anime movie, but it's actually not. This is Never Have I Ever After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. I am your host, Brian Santos, here with my amazing, talented queen of American Idol and lover of rom-coms and just amazing person in general. This is Trina Dong. Hello, girl. How are you?
What's up? I'm so excited to be here talking about a TV show.
Amazing,
instead of a movie.
Right? We're so used to that. So it's fun to talk about this. We're going to be here for about 2 more days.
Yes.
So we will see you back here. But I am so excited to get into this with you. We talked about this at length for the last few weeks since this show dropped. It was one of our favorites. I can speak for myself saying that one of my all-time favorite shows. So good, so funny, so incredible. Yes, that's how good it is. I'm here for it, here ready to talk about it. We actually have another amazing panelist with us. She'll be joining us tomorrow. I'm so excited for that, to break this down with her as well. But for today, it's just you and I breaking down episode 1 and 2 of Never Have I Ever. This is the first season. It's a great season so far. Can't wait to see what happens next. But with all that, I want to get your overall thoughts on the first 2 episodes. What did you like about them?
Oh my, I was just so happy that it was way better than I even set my expectations. I love Mindy Kaling, so I just assume that everything she does is going to be incredible. And she really, I forgot the other creator, but they really killed it with the casting, the writers, everything was absolutely perfect. Can't wait to talk about it. What'd you think?
Amazing. I did too. And we're going to talk about the trio, the Hot Pocket, the Devi's family. I'm so excited, but it was so great. And these were the first 2 episodes. It's funny, I watched it last week on my own, of course. I finished it and I wanted to watch it again. So I got my uncle to watch it with me right now. And I was like, be ready, because these first 2 ones are like my favorite. Like episode 2 had me like rolling on the floor laughing. Like there's so many one-liners that just like, you're just like, did they just say that? Like that? It was so freaking funny, especially like Devi like, well, I'm going to be watching Funny tomorrow because I'm about to get railed. And I'm like,
oh, whoa, Davey. Hello.
Right. So I love these 2 episodes and I can't wait to break it down with you. So let's just jump right in. Let's start with that trio. So we have Devi, we have Eleanor, and we have Fabiola, who goes by Fab. And they are just our trio throughout this entire season. I hope so. You know, we're going to get to those last couple episodes. But for the first 2 episodes, we did see them in this like high school life they're going through. Obviously, they're going through all the different things that a high school has to offer. Boy drama, a little bit of everything else. So we see that Devi is trying to set them up with their own boyfriends. So we have the Russian guy eating an onion. We have, the Latino guy who wants to take her to Weston's Pretzels. And then we get the amazing, it's Jason, right?
Jonah?
Jonah. The amazing Jonah, who loves Fantasy by Mariah Carey. So just tell me your thoughts on that first interaction of them meeting their future boos and what was going through your head when you saw that.
I loved it because they started out basically the whole episode. You know, we broke down why last year was so bad because basically Davy's legs didn't work and she lost her father. And so she's trying to rebrand and she came in hot. And the confidence meter is through the roof. So when she was telling everyone, okay, your boyfriend's going to be this is why I've planned this. And then she chose to be a beard so that she could upgrade sooner than later to like a hot boyfriend, I guess, a hotter, more popular boyfriend. I was losing it at that logic because why? But it's so funny. But I thought it was interesting, obviously, that she was picking the boyfriend. So we really got to see what their dynamic is like. And then, it turns out a little bit that it's 1 against 2 sometimes. And maybe Fab and Eleanor talk on the side and do things she doesn't know about because she is the controlling one. Yeah. So the boyfriend stuff is so funny. That dynamic is really funny. And I am just obsessed with them. What about you?
Me too. When they walked in, so we also meet, of course, Ben Gross, who is Davy's rival throughout his life, and they have the tension. And we walk in on Eleanor and her real boyfriend. So Davy was so shook, shaken, and stirred over ice because she's like, I have this plan. And obviously you talked about it. She's such a control freak. So like she was like acting like she was okay with it, but she was like, you're not going to throw off my plan that I have for us, our next 3 years of life in high school, girl. So that was so wildly funny to me. And then we get Davy like you know, you said her confidence meter is off the charts because she is confident enough after talking with her therapist to just go right up to Paxton Hall Yoshida and say, hey, if you want to just rail me, I'm free at 3 p.m. And
whoa.
I was like,
whoa,
girl. Whoa. And even more so the fact that she asked, even more whoa, the fact that he said yes. Like
but he said it's so cash.
Literally.
Like, yeah, I can do that. Like, yeah, that's fine.
I'm not for tonight, but you know, maybe tomorrow. Like
exactly. What are we talking about?
Seriously, episode 1 was such a whirlwind, and that's kind of how it ends. You know, it leaves us with this cliffhanger. Like, holy crap! Like he literally just said he's gonna have sex with her. Like, and this is the first episode. You know,
exactly.
So it was crazy.
The best part was that she saw Niecy Nash, who is Dr. Ryan, the perfect therapist for this show.
Funny.
Niecy Nash, the best. And obviously she's trying to give her sound advice saying, well, maybe you should do something else that you can control aside from getting a boyfriend. She was like, you know what? You're right. And then she just runs to shoot her shot at Paxton. And I was like, girl, that is not what she was talking about.
She was talking about some self-love, like introspective, but she went the exact opposite route. Freaking hilarious. I can't.
So
and I love that so much about Devi because she obviously, like you mentioned, went through all this trauma. You know, she lost her father, then that probably related to her losing her mobility. So that was such a crazy time for her in her life. And now I feel like she just wants to do a full 180 by Dua Lipa, you know, and just live this entire different life. You know, she's like, I'm not going to let anything stop me from living my life and doing what I want to do. So she's gonna shoot her shot from like not even half court, like literally the other hoop. Like
not even in the arena. She was so far gone. Could not believe it. Whoa. Want to interrupt for 1 second. We have someone in the chat talking to us.
Friend.
We got a couple people in there, so feel free, say what you want, share what you want, and we will shout you out. We've got Mary R, who says, this show is amazing and so relatable. Thank you. Amazing and relatable are the perfect 2 words for this show. There's someone to watch for everyone.
Yes. Do you relate personally? Tell me, like, what really resonated with you with these first 2 episodes?
I think probably, I mean, obviously I love seeing an Asian girl in the clique because that's real life. we out here in real life. But I think I'm like a mashup of all of those girls.
Really?
And especially like back in high school, having no idea which one of those is the right thing to be.
Seriously.
So maybe at a younger age, very jealous of those girls that pretty much know who they are. They know who they're about to be. And they're just trying to make life good right now, which is the ideal plan. It's just do it up right now.
Yes. Well, you mentioned how you resonated and I resonated.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see more development with Fab because we saw her give that little look at the blonde. I was like, the blonde girl. Yes, sister. I don't know what's going to happen there. We will see in the next couple episodes, but I felt that spark and I don't know what's going to happen with Fab. I want to see more of that.
They gave us like 2 seconds.
Seriously, literally like just at the stairs, she was like, and I was like, oh, girl. So wild. Well, speaking of things I want to see more of, I want to see more of the Hot Pocket and Paxton Hall Yoshida because wow.
Whoa.
If you guys have not seen my interview with the amazing Darren Barnett, check it out on Quarantine with the Stars. He's an absolute gem, but so is Paxton Hall Yoshida. I have to just say it to the universe. In the first episode, he comes out dripping wet of the water with dancing, mind you, Dancing on My Own by Robin is probably one of my favorite songs of all time. He came out to that. It was my moment. I was like, what? Hello? Literally, Mindy Kaling, I think she just looked into my soul and my mind because she knew what I was hoping to see. And it was everything. You know, we see this entire development from these first 2 episodes with him. He went through this entire roller coaster with Devi of, you know, her asking him to go for it. They went for it a couple of different times. She even sprayed perfume down her coochie. And
whoa, painful. That's a no-go. Did y'all learn a lesson from that?
I hope somebody learned a lesson. So that all thing happened. And I just want to get your thoughts. The Hot Pocket and Paxton, what were you thinking of this first 2 episodes with him?
Okay, so first of all, we always got to do an age check, right? Because we're looking... This is a high school show.
Seriously.
So it gets very complicated with these very grown men playing these roles.
Mm-hmm.
And that is one of those scenarios for Dean Barnett, obviously. But yes, we are allowed to look. So that's good to find out. And I love the Hot Pocket. And, you know, for the same reason that I mentioned before, there's someone that looks like everyone in the Hot Pocket. Maybe, of course, they're still way insanely attractive. People we don't know in real life. I get that. But every ethnicity, some mixes, we got a lot of stuff. So that was really cool that it's so much different from the rom-coms that we're used to seeing when you have the camera on the group of hot guys.
Yes,
and
definitely.
I love seeing the hot guys just be what we usually see when we're in the street.
Yes, seriously.
Yeah.
Me too. I remember my high school days where I would just look at that corner of the room where it was like, you know, everything from football, basketball, baseball, and whatever you can imagine in your fantasy. And then, and you look over there in that corner, they're there, they're talking, and you're just like, okay, that's for the day. That's all I needed for the day. I'm just going to keep it moving.
Exactly. That's where they are. That's where they live.
Yes. So
that's
I love
what
that.
they act like.
Exactly. Oh my God. When they hit her with the lanyard, and she was like, oh, I'm cool. I'm like, sister, come on, girl.
And he was like, did I just hit you with that? And you're like, yep, same thing. No matter if you look a little different, you're the same.
Seriously. You know, you mentioned diversity in the Hot Pocket, and there's also so much diversity, well, in this show. And I love how Mindy Kaling did this with the main character, Devi, and her family is an Indian family. So much amazing diversity. We have Devi and her mother. We also have Kamala, her cousin. So there's so much to happen. And then in the end of episode 2, we also get a little bit more diversity with our friend Steve. We love him so much. Can't wait to see more of him. He was just like a little glimpse this episode, and I want to see more. So yeah, tell me your thoughts about the family and how they're so prominent, and this Indian family being a big part of the show.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about this culture, especially what this culture is like at home.
Yeah.
And so we see a little bit of it throughout the whole thing as far as what her rules are, the standards that she holds Devi to. What is it? Kamala?
Yes. Kamala. Yeah.
Yeah. What she's going through with speaking to her possible parents through arranged marriage over the phone, and Devi's mom wants her to lie about what she does with her life. And wants her to not say she's a successful business person, and just to say that she can cook and clean. Because she said that they want her to be like his mom.
Seriously.
And I was like, oh no, that's not good. And she clearly is this outward personality.
Yes.
So yeah, so we got to see a lot. What did you think? Have you experienced that culture before in this way?
Not really, and that's why I love so much about this show, because it's opening my eyes to so many different things and really diving deep into, obviously this is Mindy Kaling's culture, so she has this firsthand account of really how to portray that, and I love seeing that so much. So I also want to talk about, you know, we talked about a lot of good stuff, but we have to obviously talk about the father. So he showed up, of course, so much in these first 2 episodes. Obviously, Devi is still reeling from his death. You know, she has so much going on, and she's reeling from all the emotions she felt with it. And, you know, the therapist kind of alluded to it. I feel like she actually hasn't dealt with it. She still has not dealt with it, hasn't come to terms with it, hasn't even really acknowledged that it happened. She's still holding on to this idea. You know, they had the moped incident where she doesn't want the moped to be sold because it's her father's. So
that made me so anxious. That moped, did you not get anxious when she showed up and she kind of flipped out?
Yes, me too. I was shook. I was like, oh my God, I feel like she's gonna blow up on her mother. And then she did.
And then that man's gonna like run away.
Yes.
I thought it was really sad because we got that, which I guess still don't know exactly what sort of flashback we had with him when he was in the living room and he said, come here. And she said, Dad, am I ugly?
Yes.
And so I couldn't tell if that was a flashback or like a daydream, if she was envisioning that happening right now, or if it's something that happened in the past. Did you get it?
Interesting. That's true. I didn't really think it was a dream. It's maybe I think it's a mixture of both, you know, like it's one of those like recounting what happened or like a flashback in your mind. Because I think it was a flashback because she reached for the grief journal, or like she put it aside after it happened. So she was like gonna write it down, but then she was like, no, I can't deal with that right now. So I think it was maybe a flashback or some kind of moment that really did happen between them, a similar exchange that she's kind of reliving.
Got it. Well, either way, so sad, and so sad that he passed at her band concert.
I know. Oh my God.
And so now she like can't play the harp, and she's really using this whole rebranding thing to not have to deal with the death of her father.
Absolutely.
Which at 15
Mm-hmm.
15 oldest,
that's
exactly what I would be doing.
Seriously.
Because what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, and it's so true what you said, that because she is like using it as a way to like kind of come back, like everybody in school knows what happened. Everyone saw it like with their own two eyes, so it's obviously such a public thing. Everyone has all these different thoughts about her, opinions about her, and obviously they're so messed up to her. Like she already went through so much, and
they called her FDR.
Yeah, seriously, like I don't need to laugh, but it was
but
rude.
like what? So rude. Such a smart, mean thing to say,
right?
But like so rude.
Seriously, teenagers can be so messed
so
up.
Mean.
And again, I love how it's being portrayed, that it's so real, because you would think in a perfect world that if somebody went through all this trauma, people would be understanding, or people would be more like inclined to be nice to that person. But honestly, like teenagers or people can be really messed up. So no matter what you're going through, everyone also has an opinion about you. So that's what I love so much about this show, just in these first 2 episodes, of how it really dives deep into the realness of like the high school experience, different cultures, all that kind of fun stuff. So I can't wait to see more.
I think it's interesting with the relationship with the mom, because it kind of goes both ways. You're afraid of the mom, right? Because she is making the rules, but she also randomly allows stuff. Like Davy said dick, and then Kamala's like, do we say dick in this house now? And then mom was like, no, we do not. And then, but didn't punish her or anything, was just kind of making it clear, like, what are you doing? Yeah. And then, the whole not giving the bagel bites thing, which continues to be my favorite thing, that they didn't get the bagel bites, and that she screamed, well, you should have thought that before you called me a bitch. And it was that mom is so funny. So it's things like that where it's like, she's not really getting punished.
No.
And she's not really, even when she was talking to Paxton outside, remember when he came back to apologize, which we should talk about that. We got to unpack that a little bit. But when she was creeping out the window and she was like, no laughing, but it's not like she went and pulled her away.
Seriously, yeah. So she's kind of just like,
so it's like modern,
has her eye on her. Yeah. Like I guess like a more understanding, or more like not super strict, where she's like kind of thing, wagging her finger at every little thing. She is just reminding Davy, like, I'm still looking out for you. You're still this certain age, you're still going through a lot, so I'm still like having my eye on you, but I'm kind of loosening the reins a little bit. And maybe that's a testament to the fact that she did lose the father, because I feel like with that exchange we saw with the moped, when we first introduced the moped, you can see like the father was like, he was always the really carefree one, if that makes sense. And she was always the like, kind of thing. So I feel like what she's going through now is possibly this whole thing, like she has to play both roles. So she has to loosen the reins a little bit and have that like good cop, bad cop that she would usually have if Davy's father was still alive.
Exactly. So she's doing both things, but she's also doing it with Kamala when she was saying, just lie for now. And then when you get married to this person and move to the States, you can do whatever you want. So I think maybe she's just progressive and just kind of trying to keep, tradition alive, but also stay with the times and not lose her kids in the meantime. But can we please talk about the storyline of Davy and Paxton from when he agreed to what happened at the end?
Oh God. Okay. So I was shook by everything that transpired between the two of them. The fact that she ran out of her, orchestra practice. By the way,
yes.
So I watched this episode twice because I had to figure out why that joke was there about the, it smells like shit here. So I was trying to figure out why.
Wait, I still don't know.
He had something brown on his lip.
Oh, no, he didn't. Did he?
He did, girl. So that's why he was the only one that could smell it.
Okay. No, I did not put that together at all. I've seen this episode like 6 times and I have not put that together. I was just like, this kid's crazy, and they're just letting him act crazy.
Maybe that is the case, but I saw the little.
You saw it? Well,
seeing that brown thing.
That is crazy. Well, she runs out of there because she's sick of that madness.
Yeah. And then
yeah,
jumps into his car, goes home with him. Literally, like, oh my God, like that was so fast. Like she's ready, willing, and able. I mean, if he looked like that in front of me, I would be ready, willing, and able too. I wouldn't even give it a second thought.
Then he unveiled himself, and she bludgeoned her leg with something and started bleeding and ran out. So
she said she had to pick up her mom's polio medication.
And then, later he was like, sorry about your polio.
Yes.
Okay, so then the next time, though, this is when it gets a little wild and we see into Paxton's life. So she's back at his place, and then she runs to the bathroom and meets his little sister or older sister. I don't remember.
I don't think they touched that on that either. But yeah, it's a sister, and it looks like he's so protective of her. Like literally, I didn't get that until the end, of course. But in the first time they encountered, I was just like, why is he pissed that she like met her? You know, it was so confusing. I at first, what I actually gathered from that when I watched it the first time was like he was just being so careful of like, you know, this like little hookup. Like he didn't want it to get out of hand. So he was just like, no, stay in the garage. Like we're just gonna do this and call it a day and you're gonna leave, you know? Yeah. So that's what I was thinking more until of course he revealed what happened in the end. He's like, you know, I'm just very wary of my sister because she's been bullied, and she was even bullied by people who I thought were my friends.
Yeah.
So I love that because it's so crazy to see these layers in this first 2 episodes already. Like usually with a show like this, with a super bomb.com looking jock like that.
Yes.
Like, he's just like, you know, a dumb heifer for like 8 episodes until you finally finally get some development from him. But with this show, it's so amazing that just in these first 2 episodes, in that last little moment, you see so much from him with just that little exchange, you know? So that's what I thought. What did you think?
Well, I just want to know what you think about, because I'm not sure what I think, why he eventually said, let's call it off. It got too weird.
Okay.
So he either said it because it got too weird. She kept literally running out to save her own life, to not have to do this thing that she's not ready to do.
Yeah.
Or because she made the comment where she was like, I would never make fun of your sister. She's so much cooler than me. And meant it. I think that was the second that he started liking her.
Oh, yes. See, I didn't even put that together. So I love your perspective too, because I thought just that it was weird. Because I thought it was weird too.
Because it's so weird.
She was so crazy about it. Like she literally would do anything possible to get out of his garage. So he obviously was just like, no, I think it's not going to work. I didn't actually think he liked her. I thought it was more just like he realizes that she could be more of a friend at this moment.
Yeah.
But at that same token, it's kind of those same things where it's like she starts as a friend, you know, he sees a different side of her, and then it's going to go to something else. So I think that's what it's going to happen too. So I am feeling you on that. You know, let's go back and watch the little brown moment again, just so we're clear on that.
Yeah, we have to. What the heck? I'm going to watch that after. If that's true, what a hidden joke.
Seriously, it was
so crazy.
So wild and crazy. I am living. So let us jump in and talk about, should we do predictions? Like, I don't know what to expect.
First of all, I think all we want in this world is for her and Paxton to work out. So I think that's all I want. And also, does Ben Gross bug you?
He does. But loved the exchange.
Just to be clear.
The two of them.
Yes.
Loved when he came back and had that little moment where he was like, okay, you know, like seeing that different side of her and showing that different side of himself, as opposed to being such like, you know, a hard ass to her and really getting under her skin. Because, you know, that's what we were mentioning, that they are like this rivalry going at it since grade 1, and they are like hating each other, basically, essentially. So bad that the principal, the teacher, everybody and their mom got to get involved. Apparently he's not pressing charges. So
oh yeah, when she said, I hope you get killed by the Nazis.
I know, I was that. And then the principal, she was like, you know, somebody who's like, and then like they had to pause.
He was like, oh my gosh,
so funny.
Good.
Yeah, I guess our prediction would really just be we can't wait to see more. You know, we want to see
Yeah.
more of every single person. We got a lot, but also there's so much more to develop. I want to see more of Fab and her little, moment of her fluidity. And then I want to see more of where
Yes.
Ben, if we see more sides of him, if he's not just this ass that he portrays himself as. And then I obviously want to see everything of Paxton Yoshida. So,
The Hot
have the TV universe,
Pocket.
the hot pocket. So
I want more Steve. Steve,
Oh
stay
yes, he's an
forever.
icon. Oh, stand him.
Dude,
I was so sad when
please.
he was like, I like Kamala was like, I can't be with you. I can't be with you. My
You're
family
like,
has this other, and I was like, no, sister.
oh, what a bad call. I wrote that down in my notes. That's a bad call, I said. Because
Seriously,
you got to keep Steve. He's so nice.
I know, such a
And he's so
sweetheart. Like,
cute.
so like, I guess
Ugh.
like gullible, but in the cutest way possible. Like
Exactly. A little bit of a like I don't know, I don't want to say anything mean, aloof.
oh
He's a
yeah,
little
aloof.
aloof. Yeah.
Perfect. Yes, yes. A little bit naive, but so cute and so
Yeah,
fun, and just a nice little smile there. So we want to see more of that.
exactly.
So I guess that's kind of it, right? We touched on everything. These first two episodes, obviously, like again, we are not going to project because we want to see more of every
Yeah.
single person. I guess when we get into tomorrow's episodes, we'll do that. But we will see you all tomorrow. We'll be here around the nighttime. I have to confirm
I know
that.
the times.
So, oh yeah,
I know the
tell me, girl.
times. We will be here on Thursday, the 7th at 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and 8 p.m., covering 2 episodes each hour. So please, please join us. We love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Making AfterBuzz, the ESPN of TV talk. Comment below. Let us know what you think. Subscribe, like. If you're listening podcast, give us a 5. Do all the things. Come back and see us.
Yeah.
We love this show.
We love it so much. Honestly, I'm ready to talk about more of it when I watch them. Trina, tell the world where they can find you on social media.
Yes, y'all can follow me at Hey Trina Dong on Twitter and Instagram. What about you?
Amazing. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at the Brian Santos. And AfterBuzz TV's Quarantine with the Stars. Again, check out my interview with Darren Barnett. He's such a gem, so sweet.
So
and if
good.
you love this show, you're gonna love our interview. It was so fun. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Again, we will see you tomorrow for the next couple episodes of recapping. We love the show so much, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.